Some people shared their own employers' attempts to use private election agreements to get them to give up their right to strike before they even get to the negotiating table.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Let's just jump into this first story about Microsoft. They came out with an interesting announcement last week. Dave Jamieson, labor reporter for Huffington Post, said that this statement on Twitter, he said that this statement, while careful, hints that Microsoft will not respond as aggressively as other corporations have to unionization efforts, and that the company is even potentially open to voluntary recognition. So that's really interesting. One of the things that they said in the statements is, in many instances, employee unionization proposals may open an opportunity for Microsoft to work with an existing union on agreed-upon processes for employees to exercise their rights through a private agreement. So that's interesting. There is reason to be skeptical, though, because a boss is a boss is a boss. In response to this announcement on Twitter, some people shared their own employers' attempts to use private election agreements to get them to give up their right to strike before they even get to the negotiating table.
Wow.
Like, as a condition of accepting card check, I'm going to sign a no strike clause.
Yeah,
not a good deal.
I think folks under the Microsoft umbrella would have to be really, really careful about that and ask, why is the company taking this approach? Maybe it's as simple as they don't want some of the bad PR that Amazon and Starbucks and Activision have been receiving because of public opinion. As we've mentioned a couple times today, public opinion's at an all-time high for the labor movement. Obviously, the people are on our side. They're on the side of the workers organizing in those particular companies that are being so egregious. So maybe it's a PR move with Microsoft. I mean, their most famous person they're associated with is Bill Gates, who obviously has had some PR issues the last few years. So maybe that's it, but I think you just shared something that's very important. They're not doing this for no reason.
Right.
And be careful what that reason could be.
Connor Lewis on Twitter, editor at the labor journalism collective Strike Wave, he mentioned that there could be a benefit to be had by the companies by taking the election mechanism out of the hands of the NLRB when you have an aggressive pro-worker NLRB like we have right now, or at least a relatively so aggressive and pro-worker NLRB, because you could, if you agree to to this election agreement, well, then you take the enforcement mechanism out of the hands of the NLRB and you put it in some private mediator, some private arbitrator, some private panel or something that the boss maybe chooses and that maybe you agree to, but maybe you didn't realize how pro-boss they are. And so...
Yeah, if the boss is offering you a shortcut to your union, you should be suspect. Be suspect.
I wouldn't say this is bad. This is maybe better than neutral news is about what I would...
I think they wouldn't have said this if it weren't for the power...
Right.
that we see surging across the labor movement right now. And like I said, the bad press that these companies are getting from their anti-union tactics. So, I think you could take it as sort of a positive thing, the fact that they even bothered to issue this statement at all. The workers that are specifically involved will definitely have to tread carefully.
Definitely. Definitely hope that some Microsoft workers see this and reach out to CWA or something. That would be great. You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.